Once upon a time, in a small town named Green Valley, there lived a young boy named Alex. He was not like everyone else. While most kids in Green Valley spoke in a normal, smooth way, Alex had a strong accent. It came from his family's roots in a distant land, far away from the quiet hills of Green Valley. Because of his unique way of speaking, many kids laughed at him. They teased him, calling him names like Frog Voice and Bumpy Tongue. Despite the teasing, Alex had a big dream. He wanted to bring people together by telling stories about understanding and friendship. His favorite spot was an old tree in the park where he would often sit, and imagine a world where everyone accepted and celebrated their differences. He was fascinated by the way stories could connect people, and he dreamed of sharing his stories on a big stage someday. One sunny afternoon, while sitting under his favorite tree, Alex met a girl named Maya. She was new in town and looking a little lonely. Alex approached her and, with a smile, began to share his favorite stories about courage and kindness. To his surprise, Maya listened intently, laughing at Alex's jokes and engaging with his tales. Alex felt joy in his heart for the first time in a long while. They became friends and often shared stories under the tree. Maya came from a family of scientists. Her parents worked on an exciting new project, a teleportation device that could send people anywhere in the world in the blink of an eye. One day, after a special dinner with her family, she had an idea. What if we use a device to send someone to speak at the United Nations? She suggested. Alex's eyes lit up. The United Nations? Really? But who would speak? And who would listen to someone with an accent like mine? Maya smiled confidently. You should speak. Your stories are powerful. The world needs to hear what you have to say. At first, Alex hesitated. But I'll be laughed at again, he said quietly, his voice barely above a whisper. Maya shook her head. No, this time will be different. You have a message that can change hearts. We'll help you prepare. With Maya's encouragement, Alex decided to accept the challenge. They spent months practicing. Maya helped him improve his speaking skills while keeping his unique accent. She believed it was part of what made him special. Together, they wrote a speech about unity, understanding, and the strength of differences. Finally, the big day arrived. The teleportation device was ready, and it was time to test it out. On a chilly morning, Alex stood in front of the device, a mix of excitement and nervousness swirling in his stomach. He could see the United Nations building through the screen, shining brightly in the early light of day. Don't be afraid, Alex, Maya said, giving him a reassuring smile. Just be yourself. Alex took a deep breath and stepped inside the teleportation machine. In a flash of light, he vanished from Green Valley and appeared on the grand stage of the United Nations. The room was filled with delegates from all over the world, each person speaking a different language, sharing different cultures, and holding different beliefs. When Alex stepped onto the stage, the murmurs of the audience quieted. He could feel their eyes on him, and for a moment, time stood still. He remembered his friends back in Green Valley, who laughed at him. But then he thought of Maya and her belief in him. With determination, Alex began his speech. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex. I come from a small town, but my dreams are big. I want to tell you a story about how we can all be different and still find common ground. His accent rang clear, and instead of laughter, the audience listened carefully. As he spoke, he shared stories about his friends, cultures, and the importance of accepting each other. He spoke about the laughter he once faced, but turned it into a lesson about kindness. Slowly, smiles spread across the faces of the delegates. They began to nod in agreement as he painted a picture of unity through diversity. Alex felt a rush of confidence. The more he spoke, the more the audience connected with him. It was as if the room was filled with a magical energy, bringing people together despite their different backgrounds. In his final words, Alex declared, just like different colors create a beautiful rainbow, our differences make our world special. We need to celebrate them. Following his speech, the audience erupted into applause. The sound was loud, warm, and welcoming. For the first time, Alex felt a wave of acceptance wash over him. After the speech, a tall man in a sharp suit approached him. That was incredible, he said, shaking Alex's hand. You have a true gift. Alex beamed with pride. Thank you. I just want everyone to know that we can be different and still stand together. As the day went on, leaders from around the world shared their thanks, and many wanted to hear more from Alex. They were eager to learn about his town and his dreams of unity. His accent, which used to feel like a burden, now felt like a badge of honor. Back in Green Valley, Maya and the other kids watched the live broadcast. They couldn't believe their eyes. Alex, their friend, was on the big screen, telling the world about acceptance. They felt a mixture of pride and regret for ever laughing at him. When Alex returned to Green Valley through the teleportation device, he was met with cheers instead of laughter. Maya ran to him. "You did it, Alex. You changed the world." Alex's heart swelled with happiness, knowing that he was accepted now not just for his stories, but for who he was. He realized that laughter might come from ignorance, but it could transform into appreciation if someone has the courage to share. From that day on, Alex became a storyteller who traveled the world. He spoke in many places, always weaving his unique accent into his stories. He inspired countless others to embrace their differences and share their voices, leaving behind the laughter that once hurt him. In the end, everyone learned an important lesson. Differences do not divide us. They connect us in ways we can't even imagine. And as for Alex, he never stopped dreaming or sharing his stories, knowing that they had the power to change hearts everywhere. Once upon a time in a small town called Willow Creek, there lived a young man named Aaron. Aaron was known for his bright smile, kind heart, and most notably his unique accent, which was a mix of different languages from his parents' diverse backgrounds. He often struggled to fit in, and many of his classmates found his voice funny. They would giggle when he spoke, making him feel out of place. Despite the teasing, Aaron loved learning and was deeply curious about the world. He spent his evenings in the town library, poring over books about space, science, and the mysteries of the universe. His favorite book was about the stars, and he would dream of exploring them one day. Little did he know that his life was about to take a very unexpected turn. One fateful night, while stargazing in his backyard, Aaron noticed a shining light in the sky. It wasn't a star, it was something else, something that moved. Intrigued, he watched as the light grew bigger and brighter, until, with a soft thump, it landed in his yard. Tentatively, he approached the strange craft, which looked like a silver teardrop and glimmered under the moonlight. As he reached out to touch it, a door slid open, revealing a figure inside. It was a small alien with big green eyes and a friendly smile. "Hello, Earthling," it said in a cheerful voice. "I am Zog from the planet Trillia. I need your help." Aaron's heart raced with excitement. An alien? He couldn't believe what he was experiencing. "Help with what?" he asked, trying hard to keep his voice steady. "The peace conference at the United Nations. My planet is in trouble, and only you can help me convey our message. We need a human who can communicate and represent us," Zog explained. Despite his initial fear, Aaron felt a surge of determination. This was his chance to make a difference. "I'll do it," he said, surprising even himself. The next day, Zog transformed Aaron's outfit into a special kind of suit that sparkled like the stars. "You will not only speak for our world, but also showcase the beauty of our diverse languages," Zog assured him. "Your accent will be a powerful tool, not a burden." Aaron felt nervous yet excited. A few days later, they arrived at the United Nations in New York City, surrounded by tall buildings and people dressed in suits. Aaron's heart raced as he stepped up to the podium. He looked out at the sea of faces, some curious, others skeptical. As he began to speak, he felt the weight of his accent. He remembered the laughter of his classmates back in Willow Creek. But he took a deep breath and spoke clearly. "Greetings. My name is Aaron, and I represent the planet Trillia. We come in peace and hope for harmony among all worlds." At first, there were whispers and chuckles from the crowd. "What's with his accent?" someone murmured. But Aaron didn't let it deter him. He continued, passionately explaining the struggles Trillia was facing. Their planet was suffering from pollution and disputes among different alien species. As he spoke, he used his unique way of speaking to illustrate the beauty of different languages working together. "Just as I blend different accents, we can blend our cultures to create a better future," Aaron said. His voice rang with sincerity, and slowly, The laughter quieted. Suddenly, something extraordinary happened. As Aaron's voice filled the room, a holographic image of Trillia appeared behind him, showcasing its vibrant landscapes and magnificent cities. People gasped in awe at the sight of glowing plants and floating cities. They could see the beauty that existed on another planet. Aaron continued, "We need your help to save our home. Let's learn from each other's differences. We can unite, just like the colors of the rainbow. Together, we can create a colorful future for all." The room was silent. No one laughed now. They were captivated by his words. Aaron, feeling more confident, shared stories of Trillia's culture, its music, and dances that celebrated unity. The crowd began to respond with nods and murmurings of agreement. At the back of the hall, a prominent leader, Ms. Thompson, raised her hand. "I believe we are all interconnected, no matter where we come from. We can help each other," she declared, standing up to show her support. One by one, other delegates rose, promising to assist Trillia in discussing ways their worlds could work together. Aaron couldn't tear his eyes away from the leaders who once seemed so distant and powerful. Now, they were listening to him, a young man from Willow Creek. After his speech, the room erupted in applause. People who had once laughed at Aaron's accent now stood cheering. Zog beamed with pride from the sidelines. "You did it, Aaron. You changed their hearts." Aaron felt overwhelmed with joy. "Thank you, Zog," he said, realizing the importance of every voice, no matter how different it sounded. He had used his accent not just to communicate, but to connect. In the following weeks, Aaron and Zog worked with the United Nations to launch projects that would help both Earth and Trillia thrive. They started programs to share technology and to promote peace among different species. Back in Willow Creek, when Aaron returned home, the laughter had faded. His classmates looked up to him, amazed by the stories he brought back and the changes happening in the universe. Aaron smiled, knowing that everyone's voice mattered and that someone could rise above laughter and judgment to achieve something great. His accent, once a source of mockery, became a symbol of unity and diversity. Aaron learned that embracing oneself was the first step to making a difference. He realized that someday he might return to the UN, not just as an Earthling, but as a representative of many worlds, celebrating not just his voice, but all voices that join together in harmony. And so, Aaron's adventures continued, among the stars, leading the way for unity across galaxies, one accent at a time. Characters: Asterisk Econ, a young man with a unique accent. Asterisk Dr. Eris Thorne, a renowned scientist. Asterisk Ambassador Klein, a seasoned diplomat. Asterisk Zara, a supportive friend of Econ. Story: Econ arrived on Earth from a distant planet called Xylos. Xylos was a planet known for its advanced technology and unique culture. When Econ began attending classes at the local university, his Xylosian accent made him stand out. Earthlings weren't used to the melodic tones and unusual inflections of his native language. "Did you hear Econ speak? It sounds like a robot trying to sing," one student whispered, causing a ripple of laughter through the hall. Econ tried to ignore the taunts and focus on his studies. He was fascinated by Earth's history, cultures, and the simple yet effective ways humans solve problems. Despite the laughter, he found a friend in Zara, a kind and intelligent girl who saw beyond his accent. "Your accent is unique, Econ," Zara said one day as they walked across campus. "It's like music. Don't let them get to you." Econ smiled, grateful for her support. "Thank you, Zara. It's not always easy." As the years passed, Econ excelled in his studies, particularly in the field of astrophysics. He worked tirelessly, driven by a desire to bridge the gap between Earth and Xylos. He envisioned a future where the two planets could share knowledge and resources, benefiting both civilizations. One day, Dr. Eris Thorne, a renowned scientist known for his groundbreaking research, visited the university. Dr. Thorne was working on a revolutionary project involving interstellar communication, and he was looking for talented individuals to join his team. "I've heard whispers of a brilliant student with an unusual background," Dr. Thorne said during his lecture. "Someone who sees the universe from a different perspective." Zara nudged Econ, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "That's you, Econ. You have to talk to him." Econ hesitated. He was used to being an outsider, the subject of ridicule. But Czar's encouragement gave him the courage to approach Dr. Thorne after the lecture. "Dr. Thorne, my name is Econ. I'm a student here, and I've been following your work with great interest." Dr. Thorne turned his gaze towards Econ, his eyes filled with curiosity. "Ah, yes, the Xylosian. I've heard about you. Tell me, what are your thoughts on the challenges of interstellar communication?" Econ spoke with passion and insight, his Xylosian accent adding a unique flavor to his words. He discussed the potential of using advanced algorithms to decipher alien languages and the importance of understanding cultural nuances to avoid misunderstandings. Dr. Thorne listened intently, his expression growing more impressed with each passing moment. "You have a remarkable understanding of the complexities involved," he said. "I'd like to offer you a position on my team." Econ was overjoyed. This was his chance to prove himself and make a real difference. He accepted Dr. Thorne's offer without hesitation. As part of Dr. Thorne's team, Econ thrived. His unique perspective and innovative ideas proved invaluable to the project. He worked alongside brilliant scientists from all over the world, each bringing their own expertise to the table. However, Econ's accent continued to be a source of amusement for some. During team meetings, there would often be snickers and whispered comments when he spoke. Econ tried to ignore them, but it was hard not to feel self-conscious. One day, Dr. Thorne called Econ into his office. "Econ, I know some of your colleagues have been making fun of your accent," he said. "I want you to know that I don't tolerate that kind of behavior. Your contributions to this project are invaluable, and I won't let anyone undermine them." Econ was touched by Dr. Thorne's support. "Thank you, Dr. Thorne. It means a lot to me." As the project progressed, Dr. Thorne's team made a groundbreaking discovery. They had deciphered a signal from a distant galaxy, a signal that contained a message of peace and cooperation from an alien civilization. The United Nations decided to hold a special session to discuss this monumental discovery. Dr. Thorne was invited to present the findings, and he insisted that Econ be given the opportunity to speak as well. Econ's unique perspective is essential to understanding the nuances of this message, Dr. Thorne argued. He must be given a chance to share his insights with the world. The UN agreed, and Econ found himself standing at the podium, preparing to address the General Assembly. He was nervous, but he knew this was his chance to show the world what he was capable of. As he began to speak, his Xylosian accent filled the hall. The initial reaction was the same as always, a ripple of laughter and snide remarks. But Econ didn't falter. He spoke with passion and conviction, his words resonating with the power of his intellect and the sincerity of his heart. He explained the importance of understanding the alien message, not just as a scientific breakthrough, but as a symbol of hope for the future of humanity. He spoke of the need for cooperation, understanding, and respect between all civilizations, regardless of their differences. As Econ continued to speak, the laughter gradually subsided. The delegates listened intently, captivated by his words. They began to see beyond his accent, recognizing the wisdom and insight that lay beneath. By the time he finished, the hall was filled with a profound silence. Then, slowly at first, applause began to erupt. The applause grew louder and louder, until it became a thunderous ovation. Ambassador Klein, a seasoned diplomat who had witnessed countless speeches at the UN, was deeply moved. "That was one of the most inspiring speeches I've ever heard," he said. Econ's words have the power to change the world. From that day forward, Econ was no longer seen as an outsider. He became a symbol of hope, a testament to the power of diversity and the importance of embracing differences. His accent, once a source of ridicule, became a badge of honor, a reminder of his unique perspective and the valuable contributions he had made to humanity. Econ continued to work with Dr. Thorne, helping to bridge the gap between Earth and the alien civilization. He became an ambassador for peace and understanding, traveling the world and sharing his message of hope. And so, the young man who had once been laughed at for his accent became a hero, proving that true greatness lies not in conformity, but in embracing one's unique identity and using it to make the world a better place.